Now to President Trump's push to lower the cost of prescription drugs. Our next guest just published a new article outlining some of the biggest questions raised by yesterday's executive order. Daniel Payne is the Washington correspondent for Stat News. And Daniel, there was a lot of talk and fury ahead of this executive order. When you look through it, it was pretty short on details. What questions does it answer and what does it raise?
We know that this order is definitely more sweeping than what President Trump has attempted in the past when it came to most favored nation policies. But there are lots of open questions about how exactly he's going to do it. Administration officials said openly that they were not releasing details about how even Medicare might be involved, which is a major lever here. What we do know is that they want to bring pharmaceutical companies to the table. They want to negotiate with them. And that's a different approach and a more aggressive approach, everyone is acknowledging, than the first Trump term.
Yeah, I think this was something that the Trump administration tried the first time around in the first administration. It was taken to the courts by the pharmaceutical companies, and they lost. I guess maybe that's why we're short on details this way around. It feels a little to me like this is sort of a Monty Hall, let's make a deal type of situation, similar to with the tariffs, saying, hey, I want drug prices lower. I'm going to find a way to do it. Why doesn't the drug industry come to me and maybe make their best offers?
Absolutely. And you see the Trump administration looking at all the levers of power that they have as part of the federal government. They're not just looking at HHS. They're looking at CMS, FDA, DOJ, FTC. They're looking at the whole alphabet soup of government agencies to see what they could do to inflict pain or to force prices down if these companies don't come to the table and don't give them prices that are similar to what we see in Europe and Canada and other developed nations.
Why was it taking, it wasn't as bad, nearly as bad as people thought, because it doesn't happen right away, and is it going to be another negotiation? I mean, the stocks ended up, but it was a strong market day. But supposedly the worst case scenario, once the EO was signed, it wasn't nearly as bad. Seems pretty bad to me.
Well, they got in trouble last time around with the Medicare negotiations and other issues that they were running into. I mean, this feels to me, and Scott Gottlieb, the former head of the FDA, was on yesterday talking about some of these things. If the drug companies can come up with a deal that they offer the president, something like, okay, we are going to make sure that we offer high net worth countries one level, mid levels for others, and then, you know, lower income countries, we're going to have to offer lower prices. If they can come up with something like that, maybe it doesn't necessarily bring drug prices down all that much. Maybe it forces other countries to pay more.
And that's exactly what the administration is saying. President Trump yesterday saying that the income of pharma companies may end up being the same, that it's just redistribution, that other countries are going to have to pay a little bit more and the U.S. will pay a lot less. Analysts are not so sure about that. And they're also, market analysts are not so sure that this policy is going to be achieved in any case. There are lots of legal challenges likely ahead. And this is a very complex policy. It's difficult to come up with these calculations. It's difficult to manage international trade while you're also managing domestic industry and its performance. So there's a lot of open questions about what's to come, and also a lot of doubt that even once those questions are answered, the administration will be successful.
Is it fair to say that the pharmacy benefits managers are the ones that are really wearing the bullseye at this point? Because those stocks did end the day lower. If you were looking at CVS Health, at United Health, the pharmacy benefits managers are kind of the ones that everybody thinks are the middlemen that are squeezing too much out of it. Cigna, too.
Certainly, and you hear the administration talk a lot about the PBMs, or more often just referring to them as the middlemen. One thing that I think we can see from this order and from the rhetoric overall from the White House on this, President Trump cares a lot about lowering drug prices as a talking point, as a policy goal, and this is something he's gonna try to target where he can, whether it's via PBMs, whether it's through most favored nations and trying to get other countries to pay more while we pay less. It is a priority. It's just remains to be seen how exactly the details work out here.